Hello everyone, welcome to another live stream. Uh, so the concept is pretty much same. I'm going to answer some electronics questions from the chat, and parallelly we'll be playing some chess game. Apart from that, I've also prepared some sort of documentation and some VR simulation results. Uh, Plus, I'm also going to explain how I've done that. So that we'll be doing between the games. So the thing is, first we'll start with playing a normal chess, mainly 10-minute rapid, and then we'll go back to discussion. So I'll start discussing with say yeah. So I have notes from like a long time back. I was studying the SIPI Simplified by Dr. Eric Bogatin. So I have notes from that. Uh, yeah, I can discuss a couple of pages from that, like first few pages, and then we'll play game number two, and after that we'll go back to 20 gigahertz via simulation and S parameter discussion, and then we'll play game number three, and that will be it. If we'll have any question in the chat, we'll be parallelly discussing that while playing the game. So yeah, that is it. Apart from that, yeah. So we can start with. I wanna congratulate Gukesh for winning the World Championship 2024. So because we are going to play chess, so I guess we should start with that. And if someone from the chat want to play a couple of games, you can just drop your chess.com ID in the chat. I'll just create a challenge and we can play a couple of games together. This is a bit difficult, I can understand. So from next time, what I will do, I will just create a challenge and put it in the chat. So you have to just click over the link and yeah, we can play directly. You don't need to create the account or ID or whatever. Yeah, but that I have to set up it. I'll do that next week. Uh, yeah, so just give me one moment and then we are going to play our first game. I don't know why the. All right. So all set. I'm just going to start our first game. All right. Let's see how it goes. Okay. So yeah. So like in last stream, my rating was 1180. Uh, yeah. Like this week and I would say this entire quarter was sort of very busy for me. But still, I was playing chess parallelly while commute or going to office, coming back to home, in train, and yeah, it's a bad idea to play chess while traveling. So uh, yeah, why it's not starting? Mm, I guess there's some issue with that. So yeah, I hope you have watched my previous video. So there I've mainly talked about. Okay, the game started. Okay, I'll start e4, attacking the pawn here, and I'll develop my bishop. Okay, pretty standard opening. We can start with developing another knight. Let me know in the comment section if you guys also like playing chess a lot, or yeah, or if you are watching Border Gavaskar Trophy. Man, we are losing there, but hopefully rain will save the match for India. But let's see how it goes. So I guess there's still 2 more days to play. But yeah. will be difficult. Hmm. I'll start. I'll just push this pawn, so I can simply create an attack for this knight, and then this knight will be pinned, and I can start uh, double attacking it. Okay, the person didn't notice this.
Just like the street lights lit this town, like a fire in a blaze, gotta burn it down. Can't be
Let me know in the chat
afraid
box
to
if my voice and
face
everything
the
is
light.
uh,
We got
working, because I'm
what you
streaming
don't
after
know.
a while. And
I see danger in
okay, so
your
now the
eyes.
pawn structure is sort of
Never
ruined.
pretend
Uh,
to lie.
Next, what I can do,
Darling, just like the sunrise. You
I
know
can
that
start
we're
pushing these pawns
ready.
and just develop the pieces uh, yeah, carefully. I don't want to lose from here, because then I'll be below 1100. And yeah, it's a dirty game going on there. Below 1100. Yeah, people play quite fast, and it's a bit difficult to beat them. Okay, just move on. Sorry, bishop. Okay, this here. Other stuff. Okay, now if I push this pawn
just like a
for this
spark
knight,
that's
can
breaking
go
out.
back
Can't make a
here.
stop,
Here,
can't turn
obviously it
back
can't
now.
go.
And
Here
we
it can't
know
go.
that there's no room
And
for
similarly,
doubt.
yeah. So
No,
let's
we
do
can't
this.
turn back now.
I'm
I
just
see
sending it back to this
danger
position, and
in
then
your eyes.
I'm attacking here. Then it can go this way.
Pretend to lie.
Uh,
Darling, just like
what
the
else I can do?
sunrise. You know that we gonna light it up tonight. We gonna light it up, babe. Tonight we gonna light it up just like the
This position is pretty much, so here I can simply create the fork for, but the only problem is I have to move this queen. How I can do that? So the idea of creating this stream was, I wanted to sort of create a like group, or you can say community, where we can simply talk about our uh, uh, stuff or related issues. Obviously not the confidential one. But the idea was to, discuss the technical part and learn together. Uh, and that's why I started sort of sharing my notes and whatever I'm learning these days. Uh, yeah, I mean, I think it's a good idea. Uh, if I go here, maybe check, and we can block it. Something. How do they block it? Oh, they're not blocked. Need to go there.
I'm walking alone, the streets are empty. The only thing I can
Now
see
the
is my
good idea will
own
be to
silhouette.
uh,
I'm
push
getting
this pawn
stronger, step
and
by
free the
step.
rook.
The clock is
So
ticking, but there's no time for regrets. I've been flying from town to
yeah,
town, from London to Taiwan. I've been
and this
all
knight is
around
Really crucial position. What I can do?
We are heroes tonight. We will fly above the sky. We are heroes tonight.
Let's push this one. I hope I'm not doing any blunder here. But the game is quite tight. See? Okay. Now what I can do? I can go there. Oops. See, this is the problem. Then, come on, man. I'm getting mixed. This is pinned. And this person will take this. I can't take it. I expected. Now, what is the solution? Oh god, this is coming like this. Another thing could be pushing this pawn.
There's a fire in my bones. My sight gets blurry, pushing back the tears. Should take a leap of faith and face my fear. I blame it on the voices that are in my head, wondering if they'll
That is
ever
what
be
is
put
the
to
issue.
bed. Feels like I am close to reaching my wit's end. Holding out, but I'm about to blow it up like a volcano.
Game is getting weird. And look at my queen. Stuck. Now if I push this pawn, can come here and sit here. Yeah, this would be good move for black. And take it back. Take this pawn. I can't do much about it. I can simply put my queen back. Yeah. Let me think first. Or I'm giving up the winning move somewhere. So now what I'm doing, I'm attacking this bishop. Oh, it can come here. It will come here, I'll just simply take it. Okay. Another attack could be, oh, okay. Clear it. Now attacking this knight. You will not see. Oh, wait. What I'm doing? Oh, moving side. Or if I go there, it's a winning move. Position is quite bad. Let me think. It's getting bad. So I'm losing my bishop. And this pawn structure. Look at this, man. This is so deadly. What to do?
Sink to your heart to find you. Open up your eyes till you're
Let's start
blinded
pushing
by
these
the
pawns.
lies.
Otherwise it will be too late.
So you can see what you do. Restless every time we start locking eyes. Lost control of this paradise with
Okay.
honesty right at heart. In the dead of the night. Teardrops on the floor. The pain is over. Feel the darkness take control.
What's the move? Let's see creator here. Yeah, right. This is the move. No, fuck. It's not the move. Oh, it was tough. Come on. Hi, Vishal. No, no, man. I'm not in India as of now, but I'll be there in somewhere next year. Uh, yeah, I've already booked the flight, and let's see. There will be no big change in the plan. All right, so I lost my first game as usual. Now I'm going to share my screen and we'll just quickly discuss the topic. So, and let me know in the comment section if you have any questions. So I'm just going to chat and go back to my shared screen. Let me change it to not. So let me know if you guys are able to read it properly. Yeah, yeah, it's a sort of setup I made using Google Meet and all. So I can share my screen and I can parallelly go through these quick notes. All right, so this is like very first chapter from the SIPI simplified by Dr. Bogatin. So I can also attach the PDF of it in the description. Just let me know if you want it. So it is nothing, just the main, you can say, notes or the conclusion of the description and yeah, from the SIPI simplified book. So we can start with what is signal integrity. So signal integrity refers as its broadest sense to all the problems arise in the high-speed boards due to interconnects. So here interconnects means all the transmission lines, connectors, even VRs, everything we use between the components, right? So yeah, and all the properties of interconnects. So that is what we basically do with signal integrity. So we try to resolve all the issues due to that. And I've also have this picture here. So these are all the problems we see in our signals due to different root cause, and we call it signal integrity issues. Right? It could be due to bad termination, due to line delays, capacitance, parasitics, EMI, MC, power and ground distributions, yeah, ringing, inductance. So in his book, Dr. Bogatin, he sort of divided these entire set of problems into three major categories. All right. So as you can see here, first is timing related issues. It could be jitter, it could be any timing related problem. Another category is noise. So under noise, we'll have ringing, ground bounce, reflections, crosstalk, switching noise, etc. And then we'll have electromagnetic interference. So these are the major categories of signal integrity problems. Yeah, so here I have a couple of examples as well. So yeah, so as you can see, these are the same things we have discussed. There's one more problem category which is rail collapse. So it's mainly related to the uh, power delivery network or power delivery system, as you can see. Uh, so yeah, so whenever power or ground planes are not designed properly, they'll have you can say current density or voltage drops across it, and that can cause another issue, right? So yeah, I mean, uh, here just a definition of so when we talk about net, all right, so whenever we are talking about net, so it just uh, consists of all the interconnects between you can say one silicon chip to another silicon chip, right? It will have its own uh, interconnect which is integrated within the chip. It will have all the transmission lines. I'm talking about the PCBs. It will have all the connector or interfaces we are using in between, including VRs. Yeah, so here some of the feature that impacts the impedance of the transmission line. So these are all the sort of points from his book. Uh, so you can say that these are all the parameters which sort of impacts the impedance of a transmission line. So if you have a line width and that is not you can say calculated properly or designed properly, then it will uh, change the impedance or instantaneous impedance of the line, right? Similarly, if you are changing the layer through via, so you have to design the via as well, which we'll see how we can do that. Uh, yeah, so if let's say if you have a 50 ohm transmission line, then its via should be also 50 ohm, properly designed like that. So it will have less losses through it, and uh, you can say uh, there will be like minimum impedance discontinuity, right? So which can cause in bare minimum reflection, right, which can be ignored. Similarly, gap in return path. So here you can say you can also say the stack up of the PCB. So stack up of the PCB should also have designed in a good way. So you have less lossy materials or dielectric values in between the layers. Similarly, your return path, it shouldn't have many discontinuities or sections, right? So these are all the parameters. This is very general signal integrity uh, issues for impedance matching. Yeah. So this is the first thing you take care of, that your stack up and impedance of a transmission line should be matched. Apart from that, yeah, here I've just written down a couple of points related to which is best connection, either because this is like very general doubt we have in our mind that either T connection is better or daisy chain. So as you can see from the diagram, that T connection is like we are branching out the transmission lines, and another is sort of, you can say, connected in series. So when we are sending the signal, first it will go to A to B and then B to C, right? But here you can say the signal is sort of divided into two branches, right? So here, because of this joint, it is causing reflection. So it's just general consideration of layout. Uh, and as we all know that if we increase the frequency, if losses are increasing, because there are a lot of frequency dependent losses due to dielectric material, even due to the you can say, because when we are routing a track, it also has its own inductance, right? Due to that, and if you are using series components, let's say if your signal is AC coupled, uh, then you will be using a capacitor in series, right? So at higher frequency, you have to make sure that it will not creating a sort of high impedance path, right? So yeah, that's sort of pretty much couple of things I wanted to. This is like very basic stuff. Uh, but yeah, let me know in the comment section if you have any question. Uh, all right, so I can go back and play one more game, and yeah. Uh, for next session, we can also some talk about some. So I'm also doing some NPTEL course uh, on RF and microwave engineering. It's a bit interesting. So I can share a couple of stuff related to that probably in next session. So like this is mainly related to RF components and what are like different and generic RF components and how they are designed and uh, yeah, what are different rule of thumbs we can follow for that. So this course I'm still working on it, but yeah, we can discuss that next week probably. So I would say let's play another game. Probably this time I'll try to win, but let's see how it goes.
To dream, believe in strength. Now I'm the
All right,
only one.
let's see.
I was an ordinary boy until I broke the rules. My life destroyed.
Okay, person is playing quite fast. You have to place this nine. I believe if I place it here, it will be solid.
Ground shakes. How much can I take? My mind
This is bad idea.
will it break?
But if I put it here,
I take.
push it, and put it
Can I
back.
be your superhero?
Yeah, let's do that. Now the problem is my position is still pretty much closed.
Can I be your superhero? Superhero.
Hmm, Noise.
Fly
This position is really good.
away. It's the first time of
But
today.
hang on, it's still right.
Today. To dream, believe.
Shit, man, I gave up my phone. So,
All I need. Oh, gonna give it a shot. Only one of me to shield you all from the enemy. You're a superhero. You're a superhero. Can I be your superhero? Superhero. 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 Can I be your superhero? Say you want stars out your window. No, you can't sleep. You pretend though. You don't have to play the hero. 'Cause I got you like you got me. When the earth shakes, when the bombs scream, until I last
man, I'm
breath
losing
with
this one
every
as well.
heartbeat. You know I'll come running. If you go to war, then I'm going with you. Pick up my sword, yeah, there's nothing I won't do. When you sound the alarm and the chaos is rising, leading the charge, yeah, I'm coming, I'm fighting. Swear on the breath
Just a
that
second
I
here.
breathe, I'll never retreat, yeah, I'll be
Now, if I do it. This will be for the yeah, it's all gonna work. So this would be what I can do here.
When your nightmares turn to real life and the ground's
Let's
filled
keep
up with
okay.
landmines, we will face it standing side by side. You know I'll come running when you need. I'm coming. You know I'll come running.
Okay.
If you go to war, then I'm going with you.
Information.
Pick up my sword, yeah, there's nothing I won't do. When you sound the alarm and the chaos is rising, leading the charge, yeah, I'm coming, I'm fighting. Swear on the breath that I breathe, I'll never retreat, yeah, I'll be your army. If you go to war, then I'm going with you. Pick up my sword, yeah, there's nothing I won't do. When you sound the alarms and the chaos is rising, leading the charge, I'm coming, I'm fighting. Swear on the breath that I breathe, I'll never retreat. You're just like the bad girl, in me she's the best. Easy with the sad girl, she'll put you to the test. Now she's just a mad girl, laying on your chest. Let her go out there, go up and
So the thing is, if I'll take this,
like the bad girl, in me she's the best.
let's check.
Easy with the sad girl, she'll put you to the test. Now she's just a mad girl, laying on your chest. Let her go out there, go up and down with it. Is the best. Go out there, up and down with it. You're just like the girl, is the best. Go out there, up and down with it. You're just like the bad girl. You're just like the
Well, the game is sort of equal.
addicted to the wrong things. You come along searching for one thing. One day to you and then I'm out here feeling alive. I'm out here feeling alive. Just like the
Right now, man, active. Down with the game like a bandit. Me bring the flame like a matches. Test me now. Without the slackness, active style and pattern, that's how man there. Active. 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 One live life massive. Talking up and off the brandish. Touch road and hold the world hostage. When I start the bumper glad mash pit. When we step out, those face get active. 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 Active.
Nice.
Like it called. Hey, catch a style now. Clark's on the east side. Bad bitch on each side. Big splits chilling on the beach side. Run things where you feel like. Cake big, have a carve out the peace line. Freestyle now, millions for each line. Too cool when I need ice in my beverage. Test this bigger, please find the exit. Right now, man, active. Gone with the game like a bandit. We bring the flame like a mattress. Let's me know. Without the slackness, active style and pattern, that's how man there. Active. Active. Active.
I don't know how this plays so good. Okay, we just push this and I'm done. I have to take it. Oh, see? What the hell? Shit, man. Come on. Come on. I blundered. And I wanted to put it at original position and I placed it. It's happening because of few people. Okay, I lost it. Oh, God. Shit. I'm designing. Alright. Then we'll move to the another section of this stream, which is 20 gigahertz VR design. Okay, I should do what I uh, like to do and what I'm good at. But yeah, this is something I'm playing just for a while now. I should have win this game, but I blundered. Maybe I don't know. Maybe I'm speaking while playing it, or yeah, or maybe I'm just doing this stream after so long that I'm out of practice. But yeah, there can be many reasons. Okay, I'm just going back to our last discussion for this stream, which is the VR design. All right. Okay, it would be difficult to see while short mode, but I'll try to explain. So, yeah, so I'm designing this. I'm just using this VR designer to simulate a 20 gigahertz VR. Uh, so it's a tool. I don't know if it's a good idea to explain everything here, but I just want to take you through the process. And so first, what you do, you just this is in this tool, you just enter your stack up, define the conductors. So for example, here we have this through hole via. That means our signal is going from conductor to conductor, this bottom conductor, from top conductor to bottom conductor. All right. And these are all the planes in between. All right. Why we have this 4 layer could be, yeah, 3 layer simulation. But you can do that. But I just wanted to make it more real. Apart from that, you can also define the cell screen and solder mask for top and bottom both. And here, as you can see, I've entered the dielectric material for this dielectric between top and layer 1. And these are all the, yeah, this is Rogers RO4003 dielectric material, all right? And the thickness is 250 micron. So yeah, this is our stack up, 2 hole via, and we are going to simulate it for 20 gigahertz. Now next, you can open the VR designer, which I've already shown you here. It's difficult to see, but I guess now you can see. So here you enter the property of VRs. So this is the information from the stack up. We'll go to VR tab. Here you can define all the parameters. Yeah, so you can simply go through with all these tabs. So here you can define the begin layer, end layer for VR. Similarly, you can define the pad stack for VR. So let's say either it is a single ended, differential, plated, non-plated, right? You can enter the information here. Since I've run the sweep analysis on the variable, so that's why I mentioned the VR hole size. This is the variable I've created. I'll show you where you can create that. So for now, let's say it's a via hole Here you can define the anti-pad for via. So for inner layer, uh, I'm not going to use any pad, right? Because this is sort of bad practice. So we remove all the unused pad from a via, especially if you're uh, connecting to high speed signals, right? And that's pretty much. Here we are not going to do anything, so make sure it's selected auto cylindrical stuff. Okay, here you can define the conductor information. So if you can see, the number of feeds will be 2. All right, feed 1 will be on the top side, which is conductor from the stack up, if you remember that. Type will be line width, length, angle will be 180, and this is the clearance between signal and the ground. All right, so in our case, it is a coplanar waveguide of 0.2 mm clearance. Similarly, you can define the feed 2, all the parameters, and angle will be 0 degree this time, right? So if I can show you the diagram, after filling all this information, you'll create this sort of design, right? So we have this signal routed on the top layer, then we have this via, and from via it is going to bottom layer in opposite direction, and these are stitching holes. So if you want to define the stitching holes, you can simply go back to another tab. So here you can see I've selected the rectangular, what will be the distance, and define all the parameters. What will the drill diameter and pad diameter for stitching via begin and end layer. So yeah, it's pretty much straightforward tool. You have to enter all the parameters. In my case, I'm simulating it for sweep analysis. Right? So I can also show you the variables which I've defined. Okay, go back to variables. If you can see, these are all the variables I've defined and I'm running the sweep simulation on. So one is I'm just changing the frequency. Then I'm varying the anti-pad, which start and stop value is 2 to 3 mm, step size 0.2 mm. Via hole, I'm varying from 1 to 2. Right? These are the nominal values. You can just ignore it. So simulation will start from 1 to and stop at 2 mm. Similarly, I'm just sweeping all the parameters of via, like anti-pad, via hole, via pad, and frequency. Right? And frequency is going from 1 to 20 gigahertz. So after setting up and running the simulations, you can see, so I have so it will create so many test cases. In my case, it is 816 simulations or iterations I've run, right? I'm not going to open all because it's like a lot of plots will be there. For now, I've just selected the first few. I wanted to just give you the idea like how easy it is. If I just click over this show as parameters, it will open this tab, and you can see that. So here we have all the S parameters. Here at the bottom side, you have seen these are all the cases where simulation, you can say, going to negative values, or the test case we have selected was shorting the bottom and top layer or via or hole. So these are all the cases which failed. All right. Now I'm just going to zoom in a bit to our S parameter simulations. Okay, let's check here. So at bottom you can see the frequency. Here you can see the signal strength. All right, and I'll just hit again and zoom in again. Just want to zoom a particular small section. What is happening? There we go. And zoom more. Okay, I guess this much is enough. So the simulation results we can see on the screen is from 2 to 4.6 gigahertz. All right, I'll just open this tab here. So these are all the simulation parameters or the combination of different variables we have executed as of now. Let's select the marker and let's say I've selected some value which is already present in this table. So let's say, yeah, this value. So for this value, as you can see, uh, so we are sort of getting S21 or S12 parameter, where the loss at what 3.4 or 3.5 gigahertz, approx 0.1 dB, all right, and that is for 100 mil of transmission line, right? So if we are going to use this combination, let's say where anti-pad is 1.2 mm, via hole is 0.15 mm, all right, then yeah, so then the loss on that via at particular frequency at 3.5-ish gigahertz will be around 0.2 dB, all right. So yeah, similarly, you can just run different sweep analysis on different parameters of VIA. Not just VIA, you can also run the simulation for different, you can say, transmission line length as well. So whatever parameters we have defined when we were defining the VIA, you can just consider those as a variable and put a variable there and run the sweep analysis on it. So it's a very simple tool for VIA simulation because this is sort of uh, sort of complicated when you are designing a VIA for really high frequency. And yeah, this is something I wanted to discuss. Similarly, you can look for S11 parameter. So yeah, so the rule of thumb is uh, the S11 parameter should be below minus 10 dB. So which we have like almost all the plot below minus 10 dB until I'll say 12 gigahertz, and after that we have lot of return loss, right? The signal is not transmitting properly. It could be it is due to VIA, right? But for these, you can see all these, let's say this blue line, it will still okay up to 18 or 19 gigahertz, right? So yeah, this is how you can simply simulate the VIA for your design. You can customize it and use it on for high frequency applications. So that is pretty much for the day. Uh, yeah, let me know your questions in the comment section, and as well as topic what you want me to discuss next live.